day at work, I met this guy, like 70-year-old guy. He knew multiple languages, and he said that he has like 1,500 books at home. He asked for my name. I gave him my name, and then he made a poem out of it, like right there on the spot. That was really impressive.
Shit, really?
Wow, this
God
old
damn.
Yeah.
man is making poems out of your name. Sounds like he's grooming you.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we gonna? So today we're gonna join in the server.
Uh, I,
Should
I
be.
I didn't
I
get
mean,
his phone number. He was like,
Alright, let me just quick save in Cyberpunk, and then I'll join right away.
"All right, let me ping the guys that to have like
okay.
the correct mod list."
Streamlabs is saying I've got background noise, but I don't, so I'm all good.
Update, update queued. Are you kidding me?
Oh dear. Right, hang on now. What's going on here? Ah,
Okay, updated it was. So,
Still V16, right?
Yep.
mm-hmm. V16.
much better. Should probably change my kit back to what it's supposed to be.
Oh, peace. Can you give me Zeus? I want to check out the surrounding area.
Uh, wait, Pioneer?
Yeah.
Alright, good
How
to go.
how come I don't see Fox section chat anymore?
It's
I think it's all gone. It's just
the joint chat now.
a joint chat. Alright, pieces there, pioneers there. I'm gonna go here.
Awesome. Good look with. Oh,
Oh,
nice. Let's.
Nero, do you have Zeus?
Yes, do you want it?
Yes. Thank you.
Let me see if I can
Okay.
find you.
Oh
See.
no, no, I've already been promoted to Zeus by. Yep, I am Zeus.
Oh, there you go, you got it.
Well.
Let me check out the training area.
See in the training.
Right, I'll jump off to TeamSpeak.
Yep, I shall do the same. Excuse me.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there. Oh, Nero, I like Blitz.
He's nice, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a really good head on him, in all fairness.
Yeah, he's a solid guy. He really is.
Biggest fucking fanny pack ever. That's awesome.
It's not a fanny pack, it's a butt pack.
Yeah, it's a bum pack, alright?
He's American, leave him alone.
A fanny is a butt. That's why it's called a fanny pack.
No, it's not.
Not in
It's the opposite way around. Not in Britain. It's not the same in Britain and Ireland.
It's only a fanny pack if Husky wears it.
It's the other way
I
around.
bought it off you, Viking.
You bought it off my closet, is it?
Your walk-in wardrobe.
By walking. Yeah.
Just pass it.
Dude, I have like a 60 quid Argos fucking wardrobe. That is flexing how rich I am at the moment, you know?
Oh god.
Argos.
So I got this bonus from work, right? Just it's not a performance bonus or anything. It's just a share
The amount of
bonus.
strip searches you do bonus.
Yeah, that's it exactly. How many strip searches I successfully complete.
Fail.
Yeah, successfully fail. But they gave it to us on a one for all gift card, and you probably won't know what that is, but it's essentially fucking useless if you want to buy games, right? So I had to go to a shop to buy. Who? I can hear myself. Who the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
it's Pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, just did something to my mic. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I had to go to a shop and then order a load of Steam gift cards because they only sell the €20 gift cards. So I bought like 10 of them, because I have like 800 quid on this. So I was like, fuck it, I'll spend 200 quid on Steam. Why not? I want to buy myself some games. And they emailed me saying, are you okay? Are you getting scammed? Do you need help? And I was like,
Yes,
no, I just
yes,
want to buy
I'm getting
fucking
scammed.
games.
I need help. I'm getting scammed. I definitely did not want to buy Adult Simulator. Could I have a refund?
And they were like, oh, okay. Like, what kinds of games do you play? And I was like, I was talking about the games and stuff. And apparently the guy I was talking to was like, oh my god, you play Arma 3? That's cool.
Yeah, you should join us.
Get him to join.
Honestly, I was playing Hell Let Loose a few days ago, right, when I was just chilling out, and I was playing with a group of guys, right, and they were like really, really good guys. And I was like, hey guys, you guys ever play like Daisy, Arma? Like that. And they were like, yeah, we've got Arma. I was like, do you want to join a Milsim group? Like that. And they were like, yeah, check me your friend, your friend code. So I got them on friend. I'll invite them the end of the week now. So fantastic.
More lambs for the slaughter.
Oh, they were really sound guys, and they were all Irish. So
They're all Irish.
they were all in Northern Irish, but still
Oh shit.
Ah, not real Irish then.
proper Irish.
Bollocks knackers.
Nar nar. That's how they all speak in Northern Ireland. Nar nar.
Oh yeah, do you know what Smoggy turned around and said to me, right? When I was doing his interview, I was walking through the scenarios, getting some context. He's a current serving police officer in the UK, 6 months in.
Oh, nice.
He's all right, you know. He's just he's a police officer, young police officer, so he's he sounds like it, you know. But he's a lovely guy, and I was talking to him, and I was like, "Oh right, yeah." I said, "Right," I said, "Look," I said, "What's going to happen now is I'm going to run you through some of the unit rules." I said, "I appreciate sometimes it can be a bit annoying." I said, "Listen to my annoying accent." You turn around, he goes, "Oh no, I didn't think your accent was annoying. I just couldn't really understand you." And I said, "Excuse me," like that, and he goes, "Well, I'm just saying, you know," he goes, "as a British citizen," he goes, I would struggle to deal with you in an RTC or something." And I was like,
Oh.
not really sure how to answer that, to be honest, but there we go. Okay, thanks for that.
Where the fuck is he a copper then? The Isle of Man?
No idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have like one of the weakest, one of the least noticeable.
You're gonna
accents
say
in the group.
weakest.
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 The weakest
I mean, compared
Welsh
to some,
accent.
compared to some of the guys,
Viking is
to be
weak.
honest.
It's confirmed
Oh
by
my
Dragon.
God.
Says the guy who sounds Canadian. All right.
It's confirmed. Viking's accent will lose to anybody else's in a fight.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I can see him. Alright, 101 revolver.
Yeah. What pistol duels again?
Also Viking.
Yeah.
So was your intention to put Grey with you in 2 sections?
No, he chose it.
He chose it. He just wanted to be with us.
Yeah. I was like, look, get a choice
His
between
bros.
section or 2 section, but 2 sections lost hash. So I said, which one do you want to go with? And he was like, oh, well, put me in 2 section then. I was like, all right, fine, sound. So I'm glad he's back though. Good,
Yeah.
He's a solid player he was.
He's not going to be here tonight, is he?
No, I don't think he is. No, I think I've given him the end of the week.
Alright.
After World War II, he then steps back into his normal role then.
Cool.
As a trooper, obviously.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is weird.
Where'd Hash go?
Don't know, he just disappeared off the face of the earth and left. So either
Oh,
one
but
of
he
you,
wasn't far away.
one of you
So-
exposed to elephant swim, or you just get him off. So
Is that
Someone
what
scared
it
him
was?
off.
Hashimoto, yeah.
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Yeah, and then he just decided to set his Steam account to private, so he couldn't get any messages, which was a bit weird. But there we go.
Okay, that is weird.
Yeah,
I think the
be
kids
upset.
call that ghosting.
I think it is. Yeah. Right, you may not noticed, guys, that your ranks have been removed on this TeamSpeak. Don't worry about that. Okay. I will get to that later on with you all. It will take 5 minutes to explain to you the concepts that are being developed at the moment in the unit. I'll take about 5 minutes approximately, and then I'll hand you over to the instructor team for today. We all good on that, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
If you've got any questions, leave it till the end. I don't have enough time to go through all of it. Essentially, we're going through a little bit of a change and tweaking of the general setup of the unit, as we like to do. We always like to mix it up for you guys. First and foremost, induction will be very different from now on. Okay, so for example, a lot of you will not see induction. you will see somebody come in, they'll have an interview, an application form is submitted, and they actually have to have an interview now, which has worked out for the last 2 ones really, really well. We gain a bit more information about them and their thought process. Furthermore, then after that, they go through their phase 1 and phase 2, and then they get passed out on the a week afterwards, which will be in front of the unit as we all are now. So they will not have any interaction with you guys before that. Okay, so just to bear that in mind. Okay, if you do see them in the training server for whatever reason, don't go over and interrupt them. All right, try and stay away from them. Let them get on with what they need to do. It is going to be significantly harder, phase 1 and phase 2, with a lot of information to learn. They got to drill it. With concerning you guys, the ranking structure has also been tweaked and changed. So we have now got rid of colonels, lieutenant colonels, and majors. All right, and we've condensed the ranks a lot more now. So your promotion will take longer, but it will mean more. All right, rather than just another rank to climb up the ladder, it's a significant jump. The way in which you get promoted is the same as before. In order to aid that with training, Wednesday's training at the moment, I have put the vote out. Most people have said Wednesdays, but there we go. Will stay the same. There will be an ad hoc on a Friday, and there'll be operations on a Sunday as per usual at the moment. But there will also be a workshop held every week by the instructors team that all sections will be able to turn up for as one. You do not have to turn up if you don't want to. It'll be rank locked. So what that means is for example, if you are the equivalent of a rank where you can take medical training, whether you have done it or not, right, you will be expected to turn up, if possible, to get a refresher. This will be tracked on the data sheet that only staff can access. Big thank you to EQ on the help of that. All right? So we will then be tracking it, and if you need refreshers and you fail to turn up consistently for refreshers in the courses, your badge will be removed until you do it again. All right? This is to make sure we get continuity with regards to your skills, making sure they are drilled very, very well to a high standard. With that, Riff and Peacemaker will be co-leading the training with all sections combined into one group now. So we'll all be training together on the same thing at the same time in the same place. All right, this is to promote good teamwork between all sections. We will not be referring to anybody as operators or regs anymore. All right, staff may slip up now and again, but we will not be doing that. It is 1 section, 2 section, 3 section. Okay. 1 section are still the quote-unquote premier section to go for, so you'll still have to do an additional assessment for that to go through with it, and Rift dictates who does and who doesn't, but apart from that, we'll all be the same. All right? This is, again, to promote teamwork and stop the stupid bullshit of ops versus regs. Everyone understood that, yeah? Cool. Some of you may have been the rank changed. You have not been demoted. If you say, for example, are a corporal and you are now a lance corporal, it's not that you've been demoted. It is that because we've condensed the ranks, you are now sufficient for a lance corporal. If you have any issue with that, you can please message me and I'll more than happily explain why you're wrong. But like I said, thought counts and it's there. Anybody have any initial questions before I carry on to the last part and hand you over to the instructor team? Now it's time to speak. Yeah, shoot.
What is the highest rank now that's non-staff?
Highest non-staff rank is staff sergeant.
Lodge.
What
Okay.
did you say the refreshers were?
The refresh of everything.
Just any of the refreshers.
It's already happening.
I know, what day?
There's no set day.
There's no set day. It's already happening.
Okay.
So you've noticed a lot of changes. For example, TeamSpeak, the Discord. If you look at your Discord rank, it might not be the same as what you previously thought. 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections, so on and so forth, etc., etc.
Yeah, in terms of those weekly refreshers, I think is what Dragon is getting at. There won't be a set day. I think the idea for that was to be discussed between who's actually available to do it and when.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, obviously, we're not going to be doing every single day. There's going to be a refresher because that's too much for anybody to attend. Okay. And don't worry if you don't attend one because you can attend the others. All right. As long as you show sufficient SOP understanding and drill and following, we're fine. In operations, if you don't show sufficient SOP following, simply meaning you don't do the SOPs that we're telling you to do, then your role in that area will be removed and you will not be allowed that role until you show us that you can do it. All right? Basic information retention. All right? Right. Last thing then, training. So again, hopping onto it. Obviously, training today, a lot of people aren't here, which is a shame. It'd be really nice to have them, but like I said, if you don't come to training, fine. Now on, staff are not going to chase you and not come into training at all because it's not their job to do so. You're all grown-ass men. You can do what you want. If you got to stay home and look after your fucking donkey who's going to be shot to space in 2 minutes, then fine, right? Or you have to do whatever, save the free world, I don't care, then fine. If you don't turn up for training, you will incur a warning, all right? As long as it's reasonable. If it's a continuous issue where the continuous case of malaria, right, for example, then we will say to you, do you have enough time for the unit or not? Okay? We don't want to be running after people. It's not fun for us. It's not our job. And frankly, we got better things to do. All right? Everyone happy with that?
Yes.
Yep. Positivity. Right, cool.
Yep,
Work as a
all good.
section. Hand over to the directing staff. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
and
guys.
Kit. Sorry.
Sorry, have you got something else,
Yeah,
Viking?
and Kit, mate. Don't forget to mention the kit afterwards.
What about the kit?
Tell
the
them to go
fact-
through the kit.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about them after this part for that. Okay, tonight's subject, guys, and it does lead on very nicely from what Viking's talking and the changes, is that one of the things that's been noticed of late is that while all the sections know their SOPs, etc., when it comes to working together, and we see it in the operations, it still seems very much 3 different groups doing different things. So tonight's training is about combined unit movement formation. So if you could jump onto my live and I'll take you through it. This is not going to take long. It's not going to be death by PowerPoint. We're going to whiz through this so that you've just got the concept in your mind. Then we'll do it in real life and you can see how it actually works. So is everybody in on the live?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yep.
Okay.
Rog.
Yeah, everyone's in.
Okay. So as I said, and as it says there, we're all familiar with the different formations that we use with the individual sections. We are, however, a relatively small unit, and more we're finding that all 3 sections are having to work closely together. Now, this is partly why, or part of the group of why the changes are happening. One of the issues we have is that we could happily have carried on as we were if we got a dozen people or more in each section, but we don't. You know, and often some of the sections we're only talking an op that are having 4 people in it, and you can't really do a lot with 4 people from a mission building perspective. You know, if we're going to do everything separate and have very small units, then we have to have very small objectives. And as we've seen time and time again in operations, you guys like the big cinematic, you know, the chance to take on something big head to head. The only way we can do that is by working together, right? So while we could just decide that each SL can decide what formation his particular squad should be in, this is not necessarily the most efficient way to move across the terrain. Now, if you think back to the the Ardennes Forest op of 2 weeks ago, where you were in the snow, 3 sections were moving through the forest, but it was kind of disjointed, really. You know, you might have had a plan in your head, but it certainly didn't look cohesive from a Zeus perspective. So this presentation is designed to offer better options when the 3 sections are working as a single unit. But I'm just going to whiz through these because we all know them. We're all familiar with the normal section formations. The line, good formation for advancing to contact, so that gives an excellent base of fire to the front and to the rear. Its main weaknesses to the flanks. As to engage the flanks, the formation has to move out of shape, and there is a real danger of friendly fire when we do that. Filer column, again, easiest formation to maintain. Point man has good vision to the front and the rest of the squad to the flanks. Often used in difficult terrain such as forest or areas with rock formations. But if engaged from the front or rear, again, the formation has to move, and again, friendly fire is likely. Staggered filer column, easy formation to hold, often used to travel along roads or in an urban environment. Slightly better forward observation than a single file due to having 2 point men, but similar problems to the single file. And the wedge. Excellent formation for advancing to contact, gives good forward and flank views, and the squad can engage all round with only a turn. So, nothing here that we're going out, you know, that's with you guys. You should all know these formations off by heart. The sections do them anyway, right? And then the final one, sorry, the echelon. And in real life, this is probably the most used formation, as the members are able to engage to the front, rear, and flanks with just a simple turn. Echelon can be right or left. Typically, the support element, your machine gunner, your grenadier, etc., would be positioned at the far end of the echelon from the point man. So we've all used these formations with our individual sections, but we need to look at how we use similar formations when all three sections are moving together. By using combinations of formations, we can make a much more effective force when moving through territory. In addition, these formations will assist with our tactics when things happen in a mission. So, if we look at this here, we're looking at three sections. We'll say one in green, two is in blue, three is in gold at the bottom. So this is a combination formation. One section at the front, and before I start, these are not to scale. I'm not saying we're all going to be grouped around tight like this, right? This is a combination formation. Section one is a wedge at the front. It's acting as point. You're advancing to contact, right? Two section in the center of the formation is in a staggered column, and three section at the rear is an inverted wedge. All round visibility is good, as is base of fire. Plus, if we need to stop, security is ready set. So that's just one example of a combination formation. So in practice, right, the distance from the main body to the point is flexible. For instance, the unit is traveling through a wooded area. One section receives contact from the front and performs RTR. The SL immediately sends a contact wait out message. On receiving this, the main body SL calls a halt, sets up security. One section SL calls in a contact report, states that they were contacted by only two enemy. As a result, pushed and neutralized those enemy. Formation forms up again and everyone moves out. Alternatively, one section SL calls in contact report, states that there's a heavy enemy presence contact. His intention is to peel back to the main body. The main body SL relays that to his troops, tells them to expect contact from ahead and that friendly forces are peeling back. One section rejoins the main body and they decide next steps, i.e. form a fire base and wait for contact, or if the enemy presence is felt to be too overwhelming, the unit breaks contact and moves off. Now, that's just options. There's other options as well. It could well be if the enemy force is overwhelming, that one section suggests to the other sections, they set an RV on the map, you two head for that just now because the enemy don't know you're around, and one section peels off in a separate direction, then eventually disengages and legs it up to the RV. So these formations don't dictate the tactics, they just give you options, and the more option an SL has, the better. And as I said there, that's what I've just described there. One section could decide the enemy presence is too overwhelming, so the SL coordinates an RV with the main body, and while the main body moved to that location, one section lead the enemy off in a different direction until they feel it appropriate to break contact. Right. These formations do not tie you down. They provide tactical options. With the main body heading for the RV, they could change the trailing inverted wedge to point and set off as they were before. So this is just an idea of all the sorts of options you could have. You know, if you look at this one up in the top left up here, this could be, you know, advancing where you're fairly sure contact's not far ahead, and that gives you a really good base of fire. The one underneath here, really good defensive movement formation through woods. You know, so these are just options of combinations you can call. You know, very simple to do. Each squad lead, you know, someone obviously coordinates what they're going to do, but each squad lead tells his unit. You know, for example, the pink group here, whoever that is, you know, form line on whoever that is. You know, to the left of whoever that is. You know, these are just options of ways to move, but moving as a coordinated unit rather than just three individual units. And as you know, when we're all together, that's the strength of the unit. When operating as a single unit, combination formations are the most effective way of moving across terrain and advancing to contact. Each section is responsible for its own bit of the formation. It is the two IC's job, and we'll be covering this more as the weeks go on, because this is another part of the changes that we're doing. It'll be the 2IC's job to ensure that his section understands what formation they will be in and where the point man is to take his marking from. What I mean by his marking, if we go, I can't remember, go back a slide. Oh, wonderful. Let's go through these again. What we mean by marking is, so we may have said that, say one section has said, oh, form a line on this guy here, right of this guy here, right? This will be the point man for the next section. He needs to know which one of these sections he's lining up with. So that's his marking. He's taking his marking from the end guy of one section. And this is the bit we probably need to get used to, that is new, if you like, in this part. But essentially, it's just like before, forming a line. Right? As with almost everything in Milsim, communication is the key, and it's what binds the whole movement together. SLs must become confident in calling out contacts and sending contact reports. They also need to coordinate direction of march and speed of march, etc. Now, I was talking with Viking about this the other day, and one of the things I think it's possibly been, I don't know, the way we've trained, we've always insisted on keeping comms clear, keeping it precise, keeping it short, and, you know, not clogging up comms. But actually for SLs, it's not quite the opposite, but SLs need to be more informative over the radio. It's almost a running narrative, because each of the SLs must know where the other is, particularly when we're doing this, when we're moving as a single unit. So, for example, in that first formation where the first section is in a wedge formation and moving ahead of the rest, now that distance is completely flexible. It can be dependent on terrain. It can be dependent on the expectation of when the contact's going to happen, etc. But they could be up to half a kilometre ahead. So this is where it becomes important that when we're following a route, that the first SL will call out to the other SLs that he's passing checkpoint 1. You know, he will pass that on so that the other SLs have got an idea of just how far ahead he is, and will maintain the pace to keep that sort of separation. So communication is everything in this, and it's something that we're going to be working on more and more in the new training. So, as I've just said, if using a forward sweeping section on point, the distance is critical. Too far and they become disengaged from the formation. Too close and they cannot give enough warning of contacts or sightings, right? And we've all seen that before. If we're bunched up, you know, ideally you don't want your main body, you know, the contact's got to hit your point, not the main body, because then the main body is going to follow out the tactic, whatever tactic's decided, you know, the fine, fixed flank, etc. So you that distance is kind of critical, and we'll get you more used to that as we go through operations. And I think that's it. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one, mate, as usual.
Yeah.
Who is going to, because obviously in each section there is an SO, right?
Yeah.
Who is going to be calling the group formations?
Well, if we've got
who's the ultimate one to decide that? Is it going to be all, or is it just going to be one specific SL?
If we've got a platoon commander, he will decide it.
Ah, right.
Right? And that's the idea. That was one of the ideas of the platoon commander. He's all over. But ultimately, if there's no platoon commander, then one SL will be given that responsibility.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes. How would you call this trapezoid formation?
We don't give them names. The thing about these is they don't have names. They're just combination formations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you would just call it as you see it. So, I mean, for that, the trapezoid one, I'm thinking going back, it would be an echelon left and an echelon right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then an inverted V an inverted wedge at the back. That's all. You're only talking about each. You're only really telling each section what they're doing. And I mean, as we practice this, you'll get an idea. But the whole idea of this and doing this PowerPoint was just really so that you've got in your mind's eye, if you were looking down from above, how you're kind of trying to organize the troops so that when you move through terrain, you're far more connected, shall we say, right? Because the whole thing is that, you know, by using these, if the front, you know, if the front section hits contact, it's easy for the back two sections to double up and join them, or as I've said, could retreat away, or for the wedge to move backwards. The whole thing about this is using the firepower of a full unit, not power of 3 individual units doing their own thing. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. Anything else? No. Okay. Right. You can put that down, and we'll go outside.
Alright, folks, before we do that, let's make it a little bit easier for us. So, I mean, of course, during the operation, we're all gonna be in like separate squads, but for now, for the ease of control and for the GUI representation, let all of us join on one person, and that would be Pioneer, and we're gonna be all in one big blob. Of course, color coded.
How many have
Okay.
we got here? 1, 2.
Yeah. So let's gauge the number. 1 go blue, 2 go red, 3 go yellow.
1 blue.
Yes, 1 blue, 2 red, 3 yellow.
There we go.
Well,
Yeah, perfect.
we're almost perfect, you know, 3 each. All right. Now, before we get organized and do it with the lovely steps, let's get ourselves a kit, and I'm going to assign assets for each section. Let's go on.
Ooh. Well, this is new. And I'm guessing this is revamped.
Let's see.
Wait till you see the equipment.
We don't need an MG, just grab yourself a rifleman, and that would do.
For loadouts, 1 section. 3 section.
Is there any? Oh, there's a bit of just the fucking classes you have. That's the only difference between each section lead. Okay.
Wait. Okay, well, this is.
Grab a
Scope
rifle,
again,
we're gonna
okay.
be golden.
Is this gonna be our kit forever?
Yeah, the one thing that's noticed is that everybody has got the same kit now. There's only slight differences to demarcate section 1, that's the face masks. Other than that, the kit is identical for all 3 sections.
Okay.
So, no more blue on blue.
We've got to go through the kit later and make notes of anything you notice that's needing changing.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Whether
We
the
can do that
grenades are the right ones, etc.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll do
lovely.
that after this training.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll
So,
stick on.
we're gonna be doing this Barbie Gold type of thing later on. For now, let's get organized. So, 3 different sections. I need 3 SLs. Red, Nero, blue, Husky, yellow, Pioneer.
Sounds good.
Viking, would you like to train as a platoon command for that?
Yeah, if you want me to, mate. That's up to you. I don't mind.
Yeah, that'd be lovely, since, you know, you're usually a platoon command, so you're gonna be calling out the formation change.
Alright, mate. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. So,
Thank you.
for now, let's do it like in baby steps, because I mean that's the first training, you know, as the whole unit, and I'm enjoying it. Like, look at the numbers. Even though we're not like super full, that is fantastic. So, what we're doing exactly? First, we're going to be drilling general like simple formations. I mean squad formations, and looking at the pacing. So we would have like pacing correctly, and I would really like to get the basics straight. Then we'll expand it and working on the platoon formation. All right? Okay.
Sounds
fantastic.
good.
So let me see what we've got. I don't care. We're not like following the roads. You know, the terrain is clear enough. So let's start with traveling northwest. Actually, a Viking. organize the platoon. We're gonna be traveling northwest, changing formations as we go, and changing pacing as well.
Okay, do you want me to put each section into the equivalent formation to practice the multi-combination?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. First section, head northwest or face northwest. I want a arrowhead.
EQ point.
Move out a bit so everyone can form up to get ready. There we are. Two section, one staggered column behind.
Let's go.
Expand it out to the sides though, guys, so you're not actually a nice line behind it, you're just on the outsides.
Like this.
Yeah, that should be fine. Thing is, there's only two of you, so don't worry, really too worry about that.
Yeah, we're just gonna be on either side.
Want you an inverted arrowhead behind.
Yeah, like a V formation. Right, yeah.
The back?
Yes, well, kinda.
There's an inverted arrowhead, so we're there pointing to the front, you're pointing behind, but you're still moving forward to the northwest.
Yeah, exactly. Voyager, you'll be, yeah, where Viking is. Something like that, yes.
Peace, get everyone to change their channel to short range 2 for me, and then keep your long range on 1, including section leaders, long range 1.
Range 2, copy.
Wait one, I need to check the kit for that.
Good practice, guys, to repeat the order that you've heard, just to make sure that everyone understands.
Yeah. Viking, do you want me to go into an SL kit so I have 2 videos?
Yeah, if you want, mate.
Yeah, SLs, grab yourself an SL kit for now. Rifleman, you are short range 2.
Fuck. There we go. There you go. Item need.
Long range check.
Check, Nero.
Short range check.
Good check.
Good check, Pioneer.
Section 1, long range.
Good check, Husky.
All good.
Alright, all sections advance 300 meters northwest, and then wait my order for formation change. On your march. Go.
Move.
Section advance in current formation towards northwest tree line across the road.
What section? Lodge. Advance, cross the road. Same formation. To the tree line.
Somebody fucked up the pacing a little bit as well. We're traveling in jog at the moment.
All sections stand by for formation change. 1 section arrowhead. 2 section echelon right. 3 section echelon left.
Stay now ahead.
Section move through tree line. Keep heading northwest.
One section up. Keep going through the tree line.
Roger, continuing through the tree line.
It's me.
Batman, get in front of me. We are on Ashton's left.
Dragon, let's spread out to the right hand side a little bit more, mate. All good.
I think we spread out the formation way a little bit too tight for open terrain. Sure, we'll get into the forest, but spread it out.
That'll do. Good man.
All sections hold. Hold. 2 section, point. Direction
Copy.
southwest. Direction west. Arrowhead. Section right. 3 section, echelon left.
Okay, Dragon, let's go.
2 to 1 second. Section, repeat, please. Two section, arrowhead facing west. 1 section, echelon
Alright,
right.
you take point, mate.
2 section, echelon left.
Where are we going?
Just we're facing west on an arrowhead, so you take point and I'll face,
Watch the 6 for us.
yeah. It's all good, the guys are sorting out now.
Give the second.
Second for section 3.
2 sections set. Thanks, Riff.
Where's the other one?
He's right in front of me.
Yeah, I see it.
We lining up behind someone, or are we just sitting here?
Try and line up to listen to your northwest, traveling west soon. Yeah, I'm just catching up.
Okay, no problem. Fine, you confirm the command. Yes, we are. No, we actually.
3 sections. 3 sections set. 1 section set.
Checking it again, 2 sections set.
Facing direction.
Best be behind the person in front of you, left of the red. We are actual left.
Advance west.
Copy last. Let's go, Dragon. Advance west.
Advance
Southwest, copy.
west.
Case.
2 section advancing west, jogging pace. Lighten up a bit. There we go. Perfect.
Much better.
All sections stand by. Formation change. Formation change.
Stand by.
All units hold. 3 section point. Facing south.
3 points facing south.
2 section rear. Inverted arrowhead.
There you go.
Copy last. Alright, rear inverted
One
arrowhead,
section.
guys.
Column center.
We're column center, guys. South. I'll be the point man for 3.
Oh, inverted arrowhead, my bad. I'm getting that wrong.
Hold that.
Alright, so let's have Riff in the middle.
3
Dragon
plus
and me
4
go up
facing
here.
South arrowhead.
That'll do.
Reset. 1 set.
2 set.
Execute move.
No, it's just column. Honest column. Alright,
Removing.
move.
Alright lads, we're going to test out a little bit of knowledge with you guys. So what I want is 1 section expand to staggered column, both sides.
Staggered column. 1 lodge.
reorienting bearing 205.
Hold for staggered.
You need to go a little left, mate. Just avoiding the, all sections. Once you treat the road ahead as an open gate it, then move back into previous given formation. We're gonna do an open gate, right? Group 1.
Alright, open gate this, guys. We're gonna be at the rear again once we hit the other side.
Gate set.
Let's go, double time.
Last man.
Get closing, so you get closing. Get close.
Alright, 3, move back to formation.
Yeah, hit it, hit it.
3 moving.
That's fine. Same formation, guys.
Two allows some spacing between 1 and 2. Now we're good.
I love it. Don't be shy to communicate.
Rear of formation section, change to line.
Up to last.
All sections hold.
Holden.
3 section, go back to rear of formation. Inverted arrowhead. 1 section, arrowhead front.
Probably not one section. I was looking.
1 section, arrowhead.
Sorry, Riff, you're with me today.
Go for the
2
back.
section, staggered column middle.
Copy last. Staggered column 2.
Yeah, I'll come in behind Brian. Behind you,
All
Brian.
sections, change direction, bearing west to tree line on hilltop.
Blue, west, face.
Sections, treat road ahead of you as open gate, and then fall in information again on other side. Clear 2, off when ready. Blue, treat road as open gate, head forward, line.
We are doing an open gate, you said?
Yes, mate.
Roger.
1, moving. Move. Blue, move.
Moving, jog.
Remember to communicate now, lads.
Open gate.
2, double time it.
Three double time it.
Gate closing.
Proceed westbound. Forest.
Okay, no problem.
All sections at tree line form staggered limb. Section form inverted arrowhead.
Section is
clear up that spacing, guys. I'm watching you and Zeus, and you're all bumping into each other.
Much more spacing. Viking, please inverted arrowhead and V formation.
Yeah. Narrowhead inverted, mate. Giving you purposely difficult ones to navigate, the ones you practice it a bit more. All sections proceed westbound, edge of tree line. Next road, form open gate. Blue, open gate. When performing open gate 3 section, take point, 1 section is Charlie. Section form arrowhead front after open gate.
This will take point arrowhead.
Gate closing. We'll hold the road for a bit.
Gate closed.
Formation and moving.
Clarify formation, 3 section arrowhead front, 2 section staggered middle, 3 section, so 1 section inverted wedge, arrowhead rear.
Blue inverted wedge. 3 arrowhead.
Okay, peace. Let me know when you want to stop it, or you have to accelerate it now.
Let's do one more thing, is movement in different pacings with pace AK gun up, double timing it, and with jog. Let's juggle it up a little bit.
Right, okay. Stand by. All sections, stand by for formation change. All sections hold.
Blue hold.
Red hold.
3 holding.
All sections formation as follows. 2 section, arrowhead, facing southwest.
Couple last.
1 section, echelon right. 3 section, echelon left.
Blue, echelon right, south.
Red arrowhead southwest.
3 echelon moving.
All sections, hand it down to your lads, alright? You are going to be looking at speed maneuverability now, so it's all about movement pacing. Transfer over the message to your guys down, they gotta get their distancing and they gotta get their timing right.
Right, everyone should hear me on this net. Guys, we gotta get our pacing and our timing right with different paces. So as soon as one is called, switch to it the second it's called. Okay, no second later, no second faster. As soon as the message is clear and concise that it has been called, the pace has changed, change to that pace.
Three is set.
Section stand by for move, southwest. Pace is jog, stand by. Move.
2 moving.
All sections stand by for pace change.
To switch.
Section staggered column. Section staggered column. The one on the right is doing a echelon right on a blue. Section stand by for pace change. Section jog.
Pace change to a jog, so stay as is.
New section. Hold.
Hold.
Right. Blue, keep going. I fucked up. Thank you. One section. Arrowhead front.
Crossing.
Arrowhead front. Section. Let's do echelon left. Two section echelon right.
To section echelon right.
Section maintain momentum southwest jog.
We're moving southwest and a jog.
I just want to get this a little bit down to a T, section leaders. Once you start getting into the habit of changing on the fly, don't stop, change, adapt on the fly. Really well, lads. Two and three section form line off one section double time.
Two section form line off of one section. Let's get up there, lads. Okay, two section form line on left of Nero. That should be good then.
Yeah, that was a bit sloppy. Two section, you've got two guys to your right, one guy to your left. It's a bit all over the place. Spacing needs to be better. All sections hold. Hold. All section leaders address your spacing.
Don't see anything wrong with this one. Okay, two sections just get in a line. Spread out to 20-meter spacing. That's roughly it.
Section good.
Two section good.
One good.
All sections move southwest. Move.
Blue southwest, blue.
Moving southwest.
All sections, time.
Blue double top them.
Two double time.
Okay, this is where we're going to start to see a little bit of a breakage in the line now. A lot of people weaving in and out.
Red, spread it out a bit.
All sections, hold.
Blue hold.
Red hold.
spread out, but not bad. All sections stand by for movement change. 2 section, point northwest. Gonna call it echelon left.
Okay, 2 section, face northwest. Dragon take point, we're doing echelon left.
Echelon right off 2 section. 1 section.
Alright mate, you're taking points, so we're going to do left.
Rear.
Blue, inverted arrowhead rear.
That'll do me.
Might be helpful section leaders to tell them who they are actually going off, who's the baseline.
Platoon command, repeat for section.
So, stand by. 2 section is point northwest, echelon left. 3 section, point northwest, echelon right. And then 1 section is inverted arrowhead of Charlie formation.
All sections, 2 sections should be about 150 meters northwest of you. There you go. Now they're here.
Okay, will do. Keep spacing.
All sections stand by for movement order. Northwest, up the hill, stand by.
2, get ready.
Is jog, move.
2, move forward, northwest up the hill, pacing jog.
Jog, copy. Moving off.
2 moving off.
Moving off. Blue.
All sections, 2 is moving.
Section moving.
Tighten up your left.
Okay, think it's 2 section. Ignore me. Being stupid.
Yellow, a bit more space. Yeah, red looks good. Yeah, that's alright.
2 section, 3 section, hold. 1 section,
2 section
point
hold.
man, point, northwest, arrowhead.
Blue, keep going. We're going to be point on arrowhead.
Section, echelon right, 2 section, echelon left, baseline off section 1. 1 section.
Red, blue is coming up behind us. They're going to go point.
3 echelon right.
Echelon right is 1 section, roger.
2 and 3 section, expand your distancing now to allow 1 section to get in.
Spread out right, yellow.
Excellent. All sections move.
Echelon off blue.
Hold down.
Move. Jog.
Okay,
Section,
red, we're moving
arrowhead,
out of
please.
jog.
Do not be afraid to increase. We're working through open terrain and we're moving as 1 platoon, so increase your spacing by the default.
Contact, hit them, bang, bang, bang.
No way, Dragon.
Oh my.
All sections hold.
All sections hold.
All sections stand by for formation change. 3 section arrowhead, 1 section echelon left, 2 section echelon right off 3 section facing north.
Alright, 3 take point with icon.
Red. 2 section is taking point. We're doing echelon. Hang on a sec. Sorry, platoon command. Relay back formation change.
3 section is arrowhead, point northwest, north. 1 section is echelon left, 2 section echelon right.
Okay. Red, we're going to echelon right. North on blue.
Alright, this next scenario is to test your spacing, guys, okay? It's going to be very difficult with the terrain and the woodland in front of you. You're going to be heading into an urban population. What I kind of want you guys to do now, platoon commander effectively will only be able to see on the map what technically he can relate
Wait a
to.
minute,
So he
where
might
are the
not be able
lads?
to know the actual density of the urban environment. So, with that being said,
Yeah,
just
okay,
as a
so
rule
let's
of
go
thumb
here.
for now until we work out an official means, the point section will be the one to dictate the formation if necessary. All sections relay confirmation.
Reconfirm.
Right, so we've got.
Section stand by for movement north. Double time. Stand by.
Alright, we're moving north at double time. Stand by.
All sections move.
We're moving.
Moving.
Are they not moving? Oh no, they're good.
Two commands, 1 section, play possibly AFK.
Lightning bolt. Blades position. All sections changed to jog.
Changing up to jog.
Sections edge of tree line. I want direction change to northeast through urban environment.
Northeast to urban environment after forest.
Alright, Red, once we hit the urban environment, we're moving towards the northeast. Through it.
Into a column. A staggered column. All sections staggered column.
3 staggered.
Alright, Red, we're going staggered column. Base it off of 3, so let's go to the side of 3 and do a staggered off them.
Yellow passes stagger off them copy.
Yeah.
That's the last yellow. Let's go.
Perfect. Alright, let's get out and cross the road, guys.
Yellow, continue east.
Yellow, continue east.
Okay, Red on the right hand side of the road.
Sections next left hand turning. Take it to head northeast out of urban environment.
Blue, follow yellow.
Sections 75 meters in front eastbound. Turn left towards northeast.
375 meters front, turn left, northeast.
Alright, guys, once we exit this, we're going to be turning left towards the northeast.
All sections stand by for formation change.
Formation change, stand by.
Turn left.
Sections maintain current speed. 2 section form baseline northeast arrowhead. 1 section left echelon left. 3 section echelon right.
Okay, guys, we're maintaining speed. We're going to form an arrowhead towards the northeast.
section.
Blue, Blade, I know you
Let's get up there.
catch up, left echelon on your below, mate.
Got back, yeah. Roger.
We're still going northeast,
Let's
guys.
slow down to combat warp till 2 section.
Slow down to combat block.
The yellow Gauchland right of chase. Wonderful.
Actions resume. Double time pace.
Change it to double time, boys.
Three getting on in double time. Get a formation. Yeah, I just noticed.
I'm gonna increase pacing. There we go.
Section standby for change formation.
Red standby, change formation.
Section take point northeast. 2 section take Charlie. 3 section middle column.
Three section, middle column.
2, we are taking Charlie. 1 taking point.
Doing what formation for 1? Formation for 1 is arrowhead as
Blue, point, arrowhead, as best you can.
Roger.
Three column. Movement formation.
section Charlie.
Keep going. Need space.
Very good, 2 section. Well done. You're slowing your speed down to let others pass.
Good space.
Section stacking column.
Yeah, we're doing great, boys. Exactly what this should have been like is exactly what we're doing.
He's doing the best
So
he
we
can
slow
at
right down, let the guys move up, and then we're doing a. I think we're doing an inverted wedge. I actually can't remember now.
One of the blues got left behind.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Right, let's go.
All sections, stand by for pace change. Stand by, double time.
Double timing.
Three double time.
All sections, road ahead, see there's open gate. Once you come out of open gate, 1 section, you will be taking Charlie. 1 section, you'll be taking Charlie. 2 section, arrowhead front, northeast. 3 section, column, second column, middle.
Okay, we're open gating this, and then 2 section, we're going arrowhead to the front, spearheading this.
Make a switch to section 1 for numbers for now.
So you just push right through, keep going. Take point there if you want.
Lead element. Lead element, double time.
Three move. Column formation.
Ah, goddamn. There we are. 2, slow it down to a jog. Let the others catch up.
Three double time to catch up. Three is good.
All sections, stand by for movement direction. All sections, move southeast, double time.
2, we're moving southeast, we're double timing it.
Yellow turns southeast, we'll time it.
that's a staggered column. It is pretty damn shit. Staggered, mate. And be supporting the left and right flanks as best you can.
Free movement to stagger.
Mind the lads, their own responsibility to check to make sure they're in good position. Okay, all sections hold.
All hold.
Happy with it so far, peace?
Yeah, let's switch it up. Let's include a little bit of tag.
So that read my mind. Okay, all sections, this is now going to be a combat scenario. So essentially what I'm looking for is a very simple process. Stand by for the following process. Give me confirmation you get radio clarity.
Copy last.
Yellow copy.
Section level 5. Alright, all sections. Once contact is initially made in an RTR scenario, the first contact point will be the point unit or section. They will then suppress the enemy while both other sections will either flank or peel left and right, then bound left or right, so on and so forth. It's up to you to call it. Peace, which one do you want first?
Actually, wrong on that. Let's do the first scenario first. I mean, point section gets contacted, and then they retreat to the main element. Let's do a little bit of traveling Overwatch this time.
Okay, so 3 section and bye. Section move towards the northwest, approximately 50 meters to maintain distance from point element.
Yeah, radio check.
Good check, Riff. You okay?
3 move 50
Yeah,
meters
I'm just
northwest.
pulling the other radios because I keep having to doing what Viking said rather than wait for you.
Fair. I'm over mine to change our short range because we're overlapping with the other teams.
Repeat that, Nero. That was garbled.
I'm thinking about changing our short range channel because I'm overlapping with the other teams.
Take it up quite a bit then. Take it up to, what, 8?
Yeah, it's a good call. 8. Switch to channel 8 on short range. Radio check.
All sections, give me a back.
Radio check.
Perfect. All good. Thanks, guys. Sunray, 2 section.
Yep.
2 section has changed to short range channel 8 to avoid overlapping comms with other sections on short range.
Okay, all sections maintain and resume movement towards southeast. Over.
Okay, guys, we're moving southeast. Jog pace, same formation and movement.
Unfortunately, I'm carrying
Command,
two radios. I'm having to keep changing channels on the other ones because the other
section 3.
groups are changing channels as well.
Staggered column, rear section is inverted arrowhead, point section is
Yeah, they have done.
arrowhead.
Right, let's shoot it right up. Go to like something stupid like 17.
Stand by.
2 section contact southeast. 2 form line on riff towards the southeast. Two section in contact coming from the southeast. Times 1 contact on the roof. we are going to deploy smoke and pull back to the other sections. There guys, get a smoke up there. This guy's not going down, so let's get a smoke out. Just keep suppressing fire on them, guys. All call signs, 2 section taking fire from east and southeast.
West, 1, 3, hold for now.
Okay guys, we need to get out of here, so we're gonna peel it back. Okay, let's get some smokes out and peel it back. We're gonna do a bounding maneuver to east northwest. Bounding northwest. Dragon, take us off. Alright, 2 is gonna bound to the northwest. Oh, it's indexed. It's indexed, doesn't matter.
We're having a radio inconsistency here for some reason. Radio is not coming through.
Everyone form a rally up on myself, so that's two sections behind you, 1 and 3 in front of you. We'll see if we can get radio sorted out and get this exercise on track.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think I heard that. Just
I heard-
Viking.
I heard nothing from Pioneer and I could only hear stuff from Peace. And it's, yeah.
From Viking.
Guys.
Yeah. Heard that.
Alright, they're off to the west.
Two sections, short range channel 3, and 3 sections, short range channel 4. Just to kind of make sure there's nothing
Right,
muddled
3
up and all
seconds,
that.
change to...
So, short range channel 3.
Blue, channel 2, com check.
So whatever your section number is, cross it with 1, and that's your short range. Okay.
Peacemaker.
Good check.
Dragon, check.
Hi.
Good check.
Good check.
Husky.
Just gonna restock my ammo quick.
Back to radio check.
Good check.
Viking, are we
Dragon
changing our long range to the 117F?
Yeah, you should have one anyway.
No, I have a 125.
I can give you one if you want. Oh, the Arsenal.
There's
so you
Arsenals
can get
there.
them.
Was there not one in your kit?
No, we had 2 125s.
Fuck
No,
yeah.
there was a 117F in that kit as well. Unless one of them was dodgy.
Yeah, might be. Doesn't matter. Fine.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Don't worry.
I've just dumped my other 2 radios now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's an oversight on my part. Why would you guys check the kits afterwards? There we go.
I always check my kit. That's why I spent 5 minutes in the arsenal. Started every op.
You don't spend 5 minutes, Dragon. You spend 40.
5 minutes. Huh?
Yeah.
You say, and again, you say that like that's a bad thing. That we go in the field missing stuff.
Yeah, but it's still not going to mean jack shit if your radio's working and no one else has one. You know?
Well,
One
that's
section
it.
long
That's
range
their fault,
check.
not mine.
Right, okay. Right. So, just to kind of confirm and repeat what the order is, alright? So we're going to be looking at Peace wants us to do... Peace wants us to do a fallback point, right? So, essentially, if we just imagine, if we look out to the northwest, right, we're all coming in a section as an entire group in our, the formation we just practiced. Point section, or the lead element, will be slightly ahead of the rest, just slightly. When they get contacted, the rest of the group down will, what will the rest of the sections do?
Hold.
Hold.
Okay, but what am I looking for? What SOP are we following?
Stay still. Well,
No.
set up
Cover.
security. Cover.
Yeah, so RTR, right? Effectively return fire if possible, take cover and return accurate fire or appropriate fire, okay? But bear in mind, right, you've obviously got a friendly section in front of you. You might not see the shot, alright? So it's much better to hold and wait to get a clean shot rather than try and spray and pray the entire bush and then realize you just killed 3 of your buddies, alright? So, whoever's lead section is going to get contact from the town. We all know that, right? It's the training exercise after all. So we're going to get opened up by myself, okay? And what's going to happen then is they're going to peel back to you guys, and then you guys are going to be in force, then volume of fire and do a complete group attack. Just to make sure formation's there. Listen to your section leaders when I call out a formation to you. We should be good to go, okay?
Roger.
Everyone happy
Okay,
with that?
sounds good.
But
Yeah.
Okay, so I want 2 section in front, 3 section Charlie, 1 section middle. When I say that, we'll just do the standard. So rear section will be inverted arrowhead, middle section will be staggered column, and then front section will be arrowhead normal. All right. Okay, cool.
good to move.
Yeah, get you guys ready, and then I'll call it.
We're going back into the town, isn't it?
You're going to the northwest.
Northwest,
So
okay.
I'm firing from
Right.
the town.
Yeah, cool.
Okay,
Alright.
we're moving northwest and then moving back southeast.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, now that makes sense. We're going northwest to go back to the town. Yeah.
About here.
Yeah, 2, this is good. We're good here.
Okay, long range check for all sections.
2 check.
Good, over.
Long range, section 3 check.
Long range 2 check.
Fantastic, all of you coming in.
You okay, Dragon?
Yeah, short range check.
Good check.
Okay, yeah, my video got reset from last.
Pioneer, where are you going?
I'll just change the volumes of my radios.
On the map.
Probably have inverted it differently.
So, again, to repeat myself, 2 section, arrowhead front. 1 section is going to be staggered middle. Apologies, correction, I'm fucking up myself here. 3 section is staggered middle, and then 1 section is going to be... I'm sorry, I'm getting confused because I've got half of you running around all over the place now. A second, let me sort this shit out. Okay, 2 section is at front in arrowhead. Then, for some reason, I've got... Right, there's 4 of you now in 1 section. Sorry, Peace, I didn't know you changed over. 1 section will be staggered middle. 3 section will be inverted arrowhead Charlie.
3 inverted Charlie.
Okay, so 3, that's not a inverted arrowhead Charlie.
Oh yeah, we're just fixing formation right now.
The start is you're about 5 miles back.
Right, moving closer.
Come on, guys, get it together. There you go. Now they're too close.
Okay, all sections stand by to move at simple walk pace southeast.
2, we do have thermals, and they're quite a big asset.
Stand by. Move.
2's moving. 2, we're going to be moving at a jog towards the town. Okay, 2, set up a line on riff. All sections, 2 section, contact, way out. Let's see my compass.
Section, you should be falling back to the main force now and then linking up and pushing.
Okay, all sections, 2 section, falling back. We're gonna do a bounding maneuver back to the main force. Alright guys, get smokes up in front of us and then we're gonna do a bound back. Dragon, you're gonna kick us off. Oh shit, that's a frag. Where's my smokes? Alright, Dragon, start bounding back.
Baseline on 1 to the right.
Roger that.
Riff, start following. All sections, 2 falling back.
Form baseline left blue.
Alright, 2, set up a baseline on the left hand side of blue. Sections 2 is back.
Push all sections, push front. Baseline on blue. Push left.
Combat walk.
Alright, 2, we're moving up at a combat walk.
Needs to be a tad more aggressive than that, guys, because, like I said, you're in open field at the moment, being pinned by a machine gun.
Blue, double time.
Double time it.
2, double
One
time.
section, double time.
Start laying down, covering fire. Sorry, suppress.
All sections
Okay,
hold.
2, let's get up there. Oh, never mind, hold.
At least that was the general idea of what, could have happened. So the front element has been contacted, they retreated back, trying to lure enemies into, bigger force. The element itself was not lured, so we had to push. Surely we could have, can be, possibly be made.
Please, can we run through that again? That was, it needs a bit of work, that's all.
Absolutely.
Okay, all sections proceed back towards northwest, just past the little grove. It's on the little dirt road. Just keep heading back till you find a dirt road. You should be there.
Alright guys, we're going back to the northwest. We're going to repeat. I think it just needs a bit of fleshing out. Look like
From what I can see, I know it's easy for me to sit here in Zeus and
look
say,
like one of the
well, it's
sections
wrong, so that's what
ran
I'm not gonna
ahead.
do. It needs to be a little bit more fast-paced, fluid, okay? So as soon as somebody takes contact, you can't deal with it then and there, like a heavy machine gun in an open field or whatever.
It's impossible to
You're just gonna try and
actually
shoot at it, you're just
keep
gonna die.
cover or suppress
So
or
you
anything
need to
because you're
bound
too
back
busy
as soon as
sprinting. Your
possible.
gun is in, your
What
muzzle of the
work
gun
is
is in the
other
ground.
sections could already start getting into a frontal
So you
position
can't do
to
anything
attack,
about it.
So it's less work, and then all in one go, then you have overwhelming fire and try and move and suppress at the same time, right? Smoke. a very good thing to deploy once
Yeah.
the lead section.
But if we all just kept our
falling
guns up, you know, at a bit of a gun-up jogging pace,
Right, hand that over in
and just
your
kept
own words
shooting.
to your sections, and then we'll get ready for the formation change.
like this guy, I mean, he'd be dead because of the volume of fire, but, you know, you keep his head down.
Yeah, that's kind of the unrealistic part of this at the moment, is because Viking's playing it as Zeus. He's in.
Right,
he's
3
invulnerable.
section, you're going to be point
Yeah.
on this.
The reality is that's
Do
the
an
pressure
echelon
that puts
right.
somebody down behind the
1
roof.
section, you're going to be
Yeah.
echelon left, and 2 section, you are going to be inverted wedge, inverted arrowhead rear.
Okay, guys, we're going to the rear at inverted arrowhead.
Section 3 going to lead echelon, right.
Alright, who are the section leads? Okay, who's the other one? Right,
Fine, yeah, that is.
EQ point, get into echelon left.
right, if we get the section leads all together for 2 seconds, we'll coordinate this a
Who's
bit
yellow,
better.
right?
Yes.
Fine, yeah, you got the long
Yeah,
way?
Nero?
Okay.
Right. Okay, so the issue with just sprinting up, and I highlighted this with Riff, the problem with just sprinting all the way up is you can't get your gun up to shoot back. Okay? Now, whatever, he's invincible, he's playing as Zeus, doesn't matter. But the idea is to either get his head down or fucking kill him. And ideally, with the volume of fire that we have, he'd just be fucking dead. That'd be the reality of it. So if you got a section sprinting up, they're not shooting. So you have to rely on the other 2 sections then to cover or suppress the guy that's sitting on the roof, lighting us up with an MG.
So jog then, yeah?
So I would suggest we just do a gun up jog all the way in a line, and keep the volume of fire up.
Okay, fair enough. Gun up, jog,
So
keep firing fire, and then we'll...
yeah. So that would be my idea. So we follow the scenarios as is, you know, whatever section's up front falls back, blah blah blah. We get in a massive line and we just walk up. That would be my thinking as a
Can I
decent
just
option.
jump in, guys? In reality, we would have support elements.
Yeah.
Right, and the whole idea would be that the support element would have set up on the flank, and he would be the cover, and then we could all charge in. Right, because that's his job to keep them down, but we don't have that. To make sure that we're going at a speed that we can actually keep him suppressed.
Yeah.
That's the issue here.
So we can't retreat, we're just going in and killing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so follow the scenario as is, and then we can do the regroup, and then just go on a massive line, I think, is the best option. Right?
Yep.
That's what I think. Right. That should clear it up slightly. Alright, Red, let's spread ourselves out a bit on this inverted wedge.
Who's going to be in front of us? Blue's in front. Or is it yellow?
All sections, are we ready
It's
to go?
gonna be blue. I think yellow's taking point on this one.
Are you ready to go?
Sections, advance.
Move when the yellow moves.
And let's move. So when they get in contact, guys, we're going to turn and face the rear so we have that covered. Okay, they're in contact. Let's turn and face rear so we have it all covered. I'm already shot in the leg.
Contact front, no line.
Pine, mount with you.
Roger that, we'll move first.
Rog.
Okay, I think they're bound to go up, so let's start heading back towards the guys. Oh, never mind, they're bounding back. They didn't say where they were going, so let's just stay here.
Reset, one up.
I think. Are they? No, they're bounding forward. Right, never mind, they're bounding forward. Let's go. Red, let's form a line and we'll hold here.
1 second.
One, two is at the rear of you, taking up Charlie and supporting.
Red, can you lay in cover fire for us?
Hello, moving.
Okay, yellow team is moving.
Yellow, go right.
Sorry,
Red.
3 is moving. So let's go. Move up slightly towards the southeast.
Blue moving with yellow.
Firing and moving. Look, got straggler behind.
Yeah, it's probably some AFK. It's okay. Alright, let's get across the road.
Next here. Alright, folks, let's huddle up and do a little debrief.
Yeah, you hit me
What's index? Right.
Thank you, Ivi. Go now.
Alright. Okay, well, the final one was at least the idea, how it, can work and how it should work. Actually, Riff, can I have your commentary on what section 2 should be doing here, or Red in this case?
Doing here is what, sorry?
I mean, for this type of push. So, 1 and 3 were pushing ahead, and you were security at the rear. So it was sufficient to use this way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the reality of it is, in normal, we'd have machine gunners with us. So the idea would normally be that we would position the machine gunner out to the flank, and he would provide the cover and fire, and all 3 sections would then double time in. That's when you would use double time. But when you don't have support to the sides, you've got to use, you can't double time because you cannot put suppression down. So that's why we didn't double in on the second time. So it's just a balance of whether you've got a support element or not.
Right, so definitely this thing needs like a lot of more practice, so we just build cohesion. Well, the building blocks are there, so that's how you can organize and operate multiple sections, in a platoon formation. Surely, for Sunday training and for next week training, we'll keep and continue drilling what we have done today, but mainly focusing on fluidity of changing formations and specifically, well, addressing contact and, different ways of dealing it. Viking, can I have your commentary from the bird's eye view? You've been observant for the most of it.
Yeah, cool, sure. So, yeah, it's a new skill to learn, guys. We've got a lot of work to do with it. Like I said, with anything, practice, and we'll get it down. It'll be like breathing next time. Riff is bang on correct. You'd have automatic rifleman to suppress position while you guys are attacking it. Yeah, just mainly, it's something new for us, something new that we're going to have to work with. You guys really clicked well at the end. Just remember, the biggest thing I could see is people not really sure what position they're supposed to be in. While it is a joint section movement formation, so each section is in a bigger formation, just think about where you need to be in your specific section, and you should be absolutely fine. There should be no issue. So If, for example, you're not entirely sure where you're supposed to be, just think what your section is, so 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then, if they're in like an echelon right, you should be in the right-hand side of your section. And you will be in the correct position for it. So just make sure you practice that. But, we've got a lot to do with this. So.
Well, surely also a little bit of confusion here comes that, we are no longer Fox, Raven, and Wolf. And just, who is 1 section, who is 2 section, who is 3 section,
That is true.
What's going on as well. But generally, I think it was me personally, I really, really enjoyed this practice. Plus, I just keep thinking of, like, the numbers. Like, we are not, even full in numbers, and, how many are we here? And that is just purely amazing. So, for the upcoming practices, we are mainly working on cohesion between the units and working as a unit and accomplishing the things together. Not necessarily focusing on a single section, but and platoon type of work.
Yeah, one thing to think of, guys. I know some of you may be thinking, well, are we really going to change formations on the move and things like that? I know we don't tend to, but we should be doing. The whole idea of moving across country, whether it's as the whole group or just individual sections, is the squad lead should be looking ahead and identifying potential danger areas. So, for example, if you're walking across, I don't know, open countryside and there's a farmhouse there, you don't know what's in the farmhouse. So the squad lead will normally call something like an echelon right, echelon left, something that will give him a good base of fire on what he sees as the potential biggest risk at the moment. Right? So in reality, they change formations all the time in real life. It just depends what's in front of you. They're always trying to put the most fire on the riskiest area. And that's why we're practicing this.
The other thing I would like to highlight is, I reckon you noticed, and every each section has had a chance of doing that, is having our butts covered. So a reverse arrowhead is what we have our butt security for, and that's what we're going to be like doing and having at most of the times as we're going to be traveling. Also, there was a section of movement exercise which I really enjoyed. Is when section leads were communicating constantly, and that's what we had highlighted at the very start, that surely the communication should be like quick and precise, but for the section leads it should be constant as well, and like a bouncing off each other. And with such a jointed movement which needs a lot of coordination, well, how do you coordinate? Well, you communicate effectively, and that has been done especially well during one of the training elements here. Right. Let me check the time. Yes. It has been, 1.5 hours of pure training with a little bit of briefing. I think I should not be holding you any longer. Ref, do the honors sharing this PowerPoint presentation which you have made, which is wonderful. For all of you guys, feel free to go through this PowerPoint at your free time, just to fossilize the information. And, well, let's do our best to implement what we have learned today for World War II event. Well, a mission.
I have just noticed something on the new uniform.
What?
There's no patch on the shoulder.
Yeah,